It's fascinating to see how quickly and harshly some people will condemn others for behaving or even looking a way that they consider inappropriate. In fact, judgment and condemnation are effective tools for manipulation. We've all done it. Often, we think up the harshest possible criticisms in order to ensure that our partners, children, friends, and loved ones feel bad or shameful enough to do whatever we want them to do. But while this may be a powerful tool for manipulation, it's not the behavior of a powerful person. You often get far better results by just backing off and letting a person come to his or her own conclusions on their own time. A few months ago, a woman in the same Facebook group asked, why do our young men and boys think it's okay, never mind cool, to walk around with their pants sagging and underwear showing? Whatever happened to self-respect and taking pride in your appearance? It's even more disturbing because this is a trend that's reached Africa. And I remember seeing a young man in Senegal wearing sagging pants. When we told him what it meant, he hiked them up very quickly. And then you have grown men walking around like this too. Seriously, what do you all think about this trend? And what should be done to counter it? Or should we even care? Well, I often see young men and some young ladies wearing the tops of their pants slightly above their knees. It looks comical. I can't imagine the discomfort of walking around with one hand holding your belt line so your pants don't fall all the way down to the ground. The irony is that I wore my pants in a similar fashion 20 years ago. They didn't make it all the way down to my knees, but they certainly weren't on my waist either. And funny enough, I outgrew my sagging pants all by myself. Well, kind of. I also had what was, and maybe still is, known as a high top fade. My mother hated it and threatened to kick me out of the house if I didn't get a different haircut. We battled incessantly about it, but I stood my ground and I eventually cut it in my own time. And my mom and I both got what we wanted in the long run. So to answer the Facebook question, what do you all think about this trend and what should be done to counter it? I say, let's do nothing. Let's remember that our parents didn't always like our clothes or music when we were growing up, and accept our children as they experiment and work to define themselves as a new generation with its own unique manner of expression. I seriously doubt that most young people living a life of saggy pants will maintain that style indefinitely. If we sit back and leave the experiment to the experimenters, things will work out, however that might look. The same can be said of our mates and things that they do that we don't like. They and we have a natural God-given curiosity and desire to try new things or step outside of our comfort zones. And I think it's healthy to explore, whether that means leaving a job when the future seems uncertain, following a risky new career course, buying a sports car, or taking up a new hobby. Instead of calling your mate selfish or untrustworthy when he or she does something you don't like, consider just accepting the decision for what it is and letting it ride. In time, your mate may come to the same conclusion as you. Remember, one day you may want some understanding and acceptance from your partner when you make a decision that he or she doesn't like. And how you handle your mate's decision may be reciprocal. Would you prefer the love or the lash? Instead of condemnation, I suggest you try compassion. It's a great tool to have on hand in your journey towards becoming a powerful person in a partnership. Until next time, this is Frank Love. Keep rising.